Okay, live, no? No, okay. Okay. So welcome to the first live session of the course, Machine Learning and Deep Learning, Fundamentals and Applications. This is the first live session of the NPTEL course on Machine Learning and Deep Learning. And I think we have covered. So the outline of these weeks are like this. In week number 1, we discussed the concept of the introduction to machine learning. And after this, I discuss the concept of the performance measurement, like how to determine the accuracy, recall, precision, F1 score, and the ROC, the receiver operating characteristics. That is the performance measurement of the classifier. After this, I discuss one important topic, that is the bias variance trade-off. So how to consider this bias variance trade-off and how to decompose the mean square error into bias, variance, and the irreducible error. So that expression I have discussed, that is the bias variance trade-off. And after this, I discuss the concept of the linear regression. So we discuss how we can consider the polynomial curve fitting. And also we discuss the concept of the regularizer. In week number 2, we discuss the concept of the Bayesian decision theory. So how the Bayes theorem can be considered for classification. So for this, actually, we consider the normal density. One is the univariate density and one is the multivariate density. And based on this, we have determined the discriminant function. And based on the discriminant function, we can take a classification decision. So for C number of classes, I have C number of discriminant functions. And we have to determine the maximum discriminant function out of C number of discriminant functions. So that is the concept of the discriminant function. And after this, we discuss the concept of the Bayes decision theory. And that is the binary features. So that is called the naive-Bayes classification technique. And one assumption we have considered, that is the independence assumption. That is we consider that the features are independent. So that assumption we have considered in case of the Bayes decision theory for the discrete features, binary features. And finally, we discussed the concept of the belief network, the Bayesian belief network. After this, in week number 3, we discussed the concept of the parametric and the non-parametric density estimation. So in the parametric estimation, you know that the density from is known, but we do not know the values of the parameters. So for example, if I consider the normal distribution, so for the normal distribution, we have two parameters. One is the mean vector, another one is the covariance matrix. So these parameters we can determine with the help of some algorithms like maximum likelihood algorithms or the maximum likelihood estimation technique, and also the Bayesian estimation technique. This is about the parametric estimation technique. In case of the non-parametric estimation technique, directly we can determine the density from the training samples. So we have the training samples, and from the training samples, we can determine the density. And for this, we discussed the concept of the Persian window technique and the K nearest neighbor technique. So this is in week number 3. And week number 4, we discussed the concept of the perceptron criteria. So how to find the best weight vector. That means for a classification or for getting a good decision boundary, we have to determine the weight vector. And the weight vector is orthogonal to the decision boundary. So how to determine the best weight vector, that concept we have discussed. And finally, we discussed the concept of the discriminative models. And one example is the support vector machine. So the concept of the support vector machine, the margin is defined. And also we define the support vectors. And after this, after solution of all the equations, you can see how we can do the classification with the help of the support vector machine. Support vector machine is a discriminative model, not the generative model. The generative models are like, if you consider this the ML estimation. So in that case, we consider the concept of the generative model, because in this case, we consider the class conditional density is known. So density from is known. But in case of the support vector machine, we do not consider the class conditional density, and we directly determine the base decision boundary between the classes. That is the week number 4. And in the week number 5, in the next week, we'll be discussing the week number 5, the concept of the logistic regression, decision trees, and the hidden Markov model. So week number 5 will be more interesting. So I hope you are enjoying this course on machine learning. Now, let us consider some of the questions I have received in the online. So there is a Excel sheet. So in the Excel sheet, I have seen some questions. So one by one, I will discuss these questions. First one is the number 1 question is by Adi. So he's a student. So the first question is, when will you start the course where we can learn AI tools, many AI tools, how we can. So this is not about the AI tools. This course is not about the AI tools. This course is about the mathematical and also the algorithmic concept of the machine learning and the deep learning. So if you understand these mathematical and the algorithmic concepts, there are many ML algorithms, there are many deep algorithms, the deep architectures are available. So we will be discussing about this. And after understanding this concept, the use of the AI tool, it is not a difficult one. But this fundamental concept is important so that you can understand these AI tools. The second question is by Logeswaran. He is a student. What is the meaning of the classifier? So already I have discussed about the classifier. So suppose I have 2 classes or maybe many classes. So one class is suppose the class of the cat, suppose animal cat, another one is the dog. So for cat we have many samples, and for dog we have many samples. So suppose I am having some samples, and I have to determine whether that particular sample belong to dog or belong to cat. So that means the classification between dog and the cat. So dog is a class and the cat is a class. So that is the problem of the classifications. So similarly, if I consider the fingerprint recognition, so suppose 2 types of fingerprints. So one is corresponding to one class and another type of fingerprint, another class. So that is why if I consider this as a class, the fingerprint of suppose some students of a class, and another one is the fingerprint of another class. So this classification we can consider, and that is the concept of the classifier. Next question is some faculty members, no questions. Another one is the Aryan Jadhav. So I am in 2nd year. The course is suitable for learning. Is the suite for AI? No, this for the 2nd year, I want to go advanced in ML, but is the course enough to start the beginning, go till the advanced? Yes, this is the fundamental course and also the advanced course, because I will be discussing most of the ML techniques which are in use. The people or the researchers are using these machine learning algorithms. And also I will be discussing some important deep learning algorithms. So if you understand this machine learning and the deep learning concepts, the fundamental concepts, then you can apply these algorithms. The another question is Saurabh. So he mentioned, sir, video is not loaded, so I did not watch. No, now the videos are available in the YouTube. You can see the videos. After this, the next is the question by Sivasankar. So he is a research scholar. Since you have many textbooks, it is possible to have a course handout which says which topic will refer which book sections. So if you see that first we are considering the statistical machine learning techniques. And in my first class, I have discussed that we are considering the book by Duda and Hart, Machine Learning, the Pattern Classification by Duda and Hart. And another book is the Bishop. So these 2 books you can download from the internet. It is available, or you can directly buy these 2 books. One is by Duda and Hart, the Pattern Classification by Duda and Hart, and another one is the Machine Learning by Bishop. So these 2 books you can follow directly, and also the videos. So another question is by Jagannath Sai. Desina Jagannath Sai. He is a student. So I have a doubt about what are the jobs role that we have as artificial intelligence and machine learning student, and how to prepare for this kind of jobs. Thus, there is a scope. So regarding the jobs, actually, so if you see this machine learning and deep learning in this course, so this course is about all the mathematical concepts of the machine learning algorithms, and also some algorithms of the machine learning and the deep learning. So if you can understand these algorithms or these mathematics, then you can apply these algorithms. I will be discussing many algorithms if you see in the machine learning syllabus, and also if you see the syllabus of the deep learning. So I will be discussing many important concepts. So for practical applications for any projects, then you can apply these techniques. So another question is by one student, Tanis. Sir, could you please include us at least some projects, live projects of your, rather than just our dependency on the theory? So the projects will be difficult. For live project will be difficult because again we have to contact all the students, and again we have to organize this live session. So maybe in the second live session, maybe if I get time, I can give some demonstration for a live project, maybe some face recognition project, or maybe some projects I can discuss in the next live session. But you can see some research papers like in biometrics, face recognition, fingerprint recognition. So or maybe some other applications. You can apply these machine learning algorithms and also the deep learning algorithms. So only thing is the understanding of these concepts. So if you understand these algorithms and if you understand this mathematics, I think you can directly apply these algorithms for any practical problems. So another one is Swetang. So how important to learn minus theoretical details like statistics, probability, MLE, Bayesian theory, KNN? We have the library like, no, this is important. This understanding of the mathematical concepts are important. Then only you can visualize what is going on. So since you are going in the high level course, this understanding of the mathematics is important. Then only you can modify something. Suppose for some practical application, you have to do something, modifications. So instead of directly using the tools, if you have the understanding of this mathematics, if you have the understanding of these algorithms, then at least you can write some programs yourself without taking the help from the AI tools or maybe from tools box. And according to the applications, you can develop your own project or your own algorithms. That is important. So at least you should understand this mathematics and these algorithms, so that you can develop some new things for some unknown applications. So suppose one application is given, then your basic is important. Without basic, then what will happen? You cannot understand what is going within these algorithms. So after doing this course, what will happen? Your understanding will be improved, and you can understand that what is going within this algorithm in the toolbox, or the AI tool is generating some programs. So you can just understand this type of things. So that is why understanding is important. The next point is next one is the Vaishnavi. So her question is importance of machine learning and deep learning for finance student. Yes, there are many applications in the domain of finance. So if you see applications of the finance, and now people are using machine learning and the deep learning for all the financial activities. So there are different projects on finance, but these machine learning techniques are very popular in the finance. So just you have to see one application of the finance, and accordingly you can understand which classifier or which technique can be used for that particular application. So another question is by Manipur. He is a French student, not Indian student. So I am a foreigner without an Aadhaar card, and I'm facing the problem of the registration of the examination. So I think I cannot help you. So you have to contact the NPTEL that is conducted by IIT Madras. So you have to contact NPTEL office that is in IIT Madras. So the mail IDs are available and contact details are available. So you have to contact them. I think they can give a solution for this. So another question is by Harsh Bhabsar. Harsh. So his question is, if you are starting ML research today, which area would be focused on given current trend? No, now you can see the ML and the deep learning, the people are using for most of the applications, because now AI is coming. The machine learning is a subset of AI, and the deep learning is also a subset of machine learning. So now people are using AI for all the domains. So now in many cases you can apply the machine learning algorithms. In many cases you can apply the deep learning algorithms. Like the transformer, the people are using transformer now. So transformer is a deep architecture. The LLM, the large language model, like ChatGPT, or you can see the DeepSeek. So these algorithms are available, and that is nothing but the concept coming from the transformer, concept coming from the deep architectures. So that is why understanding of this basic ML and the deep learning techniques are quite important. So these are the questions I have received in the doc file, shared doc file. Now let us come to the live questions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can I ask some question?
Yes. First, let me see the questions available in the set box. So after this, we can interact. So there are many questions in the set box I have seen. So the first question is, sir, all the classes, everything is mathematics. Now, up till now, you can see the mathematics mainly because we are discussing about the machine learning, like Bayesian classifications, the Bayesian decision theory. So these are mathematical concepts. So you have to understand this mathematics. Machine learning is not simple, the theory type of things. So the understanding of the mathematics is extremely important. So that is why you have to understand these statistics, the mathematics. And the next part will be slightly easy because from the week number 5th, we'll be discussing the concept of the decision tree, logistic regression. These are some easy techniques. And also I'll be discussing the ensemble learning techniques. These are easy techniques. And also deep architecture, also deep learning techniques. These are less mathematical. So I think you will be enjoying that course. But for the Bayesian decision theory, the mathematics is quite important. Without mathematics, you cannot understand this. Another one is by Prasad. Could you please clarify? Another question is by Mitra. Sir, type of book name and author's name, please. So already in the first class, I have given the name of the books. So for this first part, you can see the book by Duda and Hart. Pattern classification by Duda and Hart. And another one is the machine learning by Bishop. So these books are available online, or you can even, I think, download this book from the open source. Next one is the Prasad. Could you please clarify what type of coding we will be doing in this course? Will it be more focused on Python, data processing, or model? No, in the last week of the course, we will be discussing some coding and mainly the Python coding. In the week number 12.
Sir, can you repeat the book name again?
The book name is the Duda and Hart. Pattern classification by Duda and Hart. Duda, D-U-D-A, Duda and Hart.
Pattern classification. Okay, sir.
And another one is the Bishop. Another book, Bishop.
Okay. Bishop by machine learning.
Machine learning by Bishop. These two books you can see. And my book is also, I think it is not available in the market. So I have also a book on machine learning, and that is published by CRC Press. So I think within 1 or 2 months, it will be coming to the market. But that will be very costly. So I'm not recommending you. My book will be very expensive. It will be around 10,000-12,000 rupees. So my book is on machine learning and deep learning, but that will be very expensive. So I think for student it will be difficult, but for the library, the institute can buy my book on machine learning and deep learning. The next question is Soksam Khade. Sir, will this fundamental be enough to understand the research papers and article for the past and current? Yes. So these mathematical things are very important, so that if you want to do some research on machine learning, deep learning, or in computer vision, in NLP, in speech recognition, in biomedical signal processing, even in finance, in all the applications. This understanding of this concepts are quite important.
तुम अच्छा तू नहीं भाई अपना हो गया.
So I think these are the things you have to understand. So that is why I'm discussing briefly the concept of the machine learning and the deep learning. And mainly I'm focusing the concept of the mathematical concepts and also the algorithmic concepts. So you should understand this. So these are the questions I have seen in the chat box. So any other questions, if you want to put, then you can write in the chat box or we can discuss.
Sir, I have the question. Actually,
Okay.
sir, in past classes in video tutorials, after the getting the video tutorial, I am not able to solve the assignment question. So is there any solution how to solve the assignment question? Because it's getting very tough to solve the assignment question. Totally irrelevant, I think.
No, I think these are relevant questions. Whatever we discussed in the video courses, in the videos, I think that is related to the videos. But you have to see the book also. Book also you have to see. But the solutions will be uploaded, I think, within 1 or 2 weeks. All the solutions you will get. So whatever the assignments, the solutions will be uploaded in the portal.
And sir, can we organize some the problem solving classes regarding the assignments in week by week for the similar types of another subjects having the classes, problem solving classes? So can we also arrange?
That will be difficult because NPTEL has some restriction. So they are organizing only 4 live sessions. So now actually I'm planning because one student wrote to me regarding some projects on machine learning or deep learning. So maybe in the next live session, I can show one project, simple project on machine learning and deep learning. And for that second live session, then maybe half an hour we can discuss about the problems. Otherwise, if you need the help from the students, that my PhD students, you can contact them. Do you have the mail ID of the TAs?
No, sir.
So I can send the mail IDs of the TA. So you can see the set box. I am sending the mail IDs now.
Yeah.
So you can note down these mail IDs of the students because they are the TA of the course.
Okay.
So you can contact this the TAs. So I am sending the mail IDs.
Sir, kahan?
So I'm sending the mail ID 3 TAs. I'm sending the mail IDs of the TAs and you can contact them if you have problems. Otherwise, in the live session, it will be difficult. But because one student requested me, so what I'm planning in the next live session, I'll be showing some the applications. So you can note down the mail IDs of the TAs I'm sending. So just you try to contact them if you have any problem. Then I think they will respond. So I'm sending the 3 mail IDs of the TAs. One is Vivek, one is Nitin Jadhav, and one is Kamal. So organizing the problem solving session will be difficult because all the NPTEL the live sessions are booked because we have continuous. There are many courses, not a single course. So anytime it is running, our system is running. If you see there are I think hundreds of NPTEL courses, and all the live sessions are continuing. So it is very difficult to get the slot for the live session. So, but for the problems, the solutions will be uploaded in the website. And also, if you have a problem, then directly contact the TAs. And I will discuss with the NPTEL if they can give me 1 hour, then at least some of the problems we can solve. So any questions?
Sir, this is Mahesh. Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, the class and weight are same or they are different, sir?
Pardon?
Class and weight. Class is different and the weight is different, sir. But
it is different. Class and weight. Classes are omega 1 and omega 2.
That only, sir.
And weight is the W.
W. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So I think from the week number 5, the course will be more interesting because we'll be discussing some important machine learning techniques like decision tree. Decision tree is very popular, random forest, and also the concept of some unsupervised clustering, like k-means clustering, and also the fuzzy k-means clustering, mean shift clustering. So I think 5, 6, 7, these weeks are very important. And after this, again, we'll be discussing the deep architectures like CNN, convolutional neural networks, autoencoders. So these type of algorithms we'll be discussing. So one question is, sir, can you suggest a machine learning technique for code mix Marathi English sentence sentiment prediction? So that means actually this is the NLP tax. So Marathi to English sentence sentiment prediction. So maybe you can consider something like the technique like RNN, the recurrent neural networks. And that is, if you use the machine learning techniques, then hidden Markov model is one technique. Hidden Markov model you can consider for this problem, that Marathi English sentence sentiment prediction. So that you can consider, that like hidden Markov model you can consider. And also for the deep architectures, you may consider something like the recurrent neural network, RNN. So these type of things you can consider. So you have to tell me the exact problem, then I can explain this one. But for my understanding, I think this is the problem. So the problem is the English sentence sentiment prediction. So what is the sentiment? So maybe if you consider, suppose the sentiment multi-classes, then also you can consider something like support vector machine also it can be considered. Suppose there are only 10 sentiments. So, or maybe suppose 20 sentiments. So maybe these sentiments will be the classes. So 20 classes will be there. And this class prediction or maybe the class classification, you can consider the support vector machine also. So another question is by Manoj Kumar. Sir, I'm working on face recognition project. If face is damaged in image, how I can recognize and detection by using base algorithm? So one thing is that the face recognition problem has many challenges. Suppose the background is very cluttered. So the background is very cluttered and complex background, or maybe sometimes it is the dynamic background. So background is moving, and also the photometric variations, the illumination is changing randomly. So that is also one important problem. And also another problem is the pose variation. So different poses, the side face, front face, side face. So that means the poses will be different. And also maybe sometimes the occlusion. So maybe some other objects or maybe by hand, the face may be occluded. So that is why what you can consider, maybe you can consider pre-processing. In image processing, you can do some pre-processing. And after this, after the pre-processing, you can apply the pattern classification technique, machine learning techniques. So for pre-processing, you can apply standard computer vision algorithms or maybe image processing algorithms. So you can improve the visual quality of the image. So that is actually called image enhancement. So first you have to do the image processing algorithms. And after getting the images, you can consider some classifiers for the face classification, face recognition. So you can see some recent papers, but these are the problems of the face recognition. One problem is the background, the complex background, and also sometimes the dynamic background. So suppose in the background one vehicle is moving, then the background will be the dynamic. So how to segment out the face from the background? Because for the face recognition, we have to do the segmentation of the face from the background. So in the presence of the cluttered background, the very complex background, and the dynamic background, how we can do the segmentation. Next point is the pose variation, different poses. So side face, the front face. So in that case also we have to recognize, and also the occlusion. So occlusion by some objects or maybe hand. So that also we have to consider, and also the random illumination variations also we have to consider. And if the quality of the face is not good, then what we can consider, some image processing algorithms for the image quality improvement you can apply. And after this, you can apply the pattern classification techniques. Next question is by Ashish Rawat. Sir, do you need to have knowledge of Python for the? Yes. So in the last week, actually, we will be discussing some Python programming. So that is important. So you should understand how to do the programming in Python. So another question is by Mohesh. Sir, how we can calculate the prior probability of class? So prior probability is nothing but suppose we have some samples. Suppose n number of samples. And out of n number of samples, suppose m number of samples belongs to a particular class. So we can determine the probability of this. Out of n, only m number of samples are belonging to the class, particular class. So that probability is called the prior probability. So we have suppose 100 samples. Out of 100 samples, only 70 samples belong to one class. So 70 divided by 100, that is actually if I take the probability, if I determine the probability, and that probability is the prior probability. So how many samples belonging to a particular class? And that is the concept of the prior probability. So these mathematical concepts you have to understand, then your thinking will be better for understanding the research papers. Because whenever you read the research paper, advanced research paper, you cannot understand because of the mathematics. Then you cannot implement the top level algorithms, the good algorithms. And even also you cannot develop your own algorithms. Just you have to copy and paste. So if you want to publish in a good quality journal, or if you want to develop something new, then at least you have to understand this basic mathematics. Machine learning is totally mathematical course. But I am not discussing all the mathematical things. I am discussing the algorithms which people are using continuously. Like the support vector machine is a very common algorithm. So people are using the support vector machine. So that is why I am discussing the support vector machine. But there are many other mathematical things within this that I am not discussing in this course. But in the books, you will get this concept. But whatever the people are using or the researchers are using in machine learning, I am only focusing all these algorithms in this course. So machine learning, almost I have completed most of the things, almost 90% or 95% I have completed. And deep learning also I have discussed around 40%, 30% course on deep learning. So there will be another deep learning course. So that will be coming very shortly. That is my course on deep learning, totally on deep learning, not machine learning. So that will be also NPTEL course. So maybe the next year you will get that course. So my advice to all the students, do not be afraid of this mathematics. At least you try. If you try, then I think your basic will be very strong. Then after some time, you can see your quality. So you can understand that your quality has been significantly improved because of this understanding of the machine learning concepts, particularly the mathematical concepts. Because without this mathematics, you cannot understand this concept. So how you can understand the support vector machine? People are using the support vector machine, but you have to understand what is going within this program. So then your problem will come. If you do not understand this mathematics, then like you have to copy and paste from somewhere, or you have to take the help from the AI tools, and you cannot develop something new. So it is not possible to develop something new. So understanding is important. Then only for the research student, you can publish your research papers in a good journal. And also for those who are working in companies or who are planning to work in some companies, then you can interact with the people, the top level people, because they can understand this mathematics. So that is why do not ignore this mathematics. At least these are the simple things that you try to understand. You take simple mathematics book on probability and random process, and another one is the linear algebra. So I think these two things are only important, the matrix, how to do the matrix, eigenvalue, eigenvectors, the concept of the fundamental concept of the matrix, and what is the concept of the probabilities. Then I think it is not a difficult course. But if you see any machine learning books, you will get all these mathematics. Okay, another question I have seen in the YouTube, that one. Okay, I have seen one question here. By Prasad, could you please confirm if the exam question will be mainly maths, theory, and also coding? Also, I found that maths assignment question quite tough and could not fully understand them for the uploaded. So what is this? For the assignments, the questions are slightly difficult because there may be problem of the copying from each other. So if you have the good knowledge of the mathematics, then you can solve the assignment questions. But in the main exam, you will get the simple questions and also some theory-based questions, and one or two or maybe some questions on the programming. So in the main exam, the questions will be rather simple as compared to the assignments, and you will get the theory-based questions mostly, and also some mathematics question and some questions on programming. So another one is by Ashish. So sir, for this course exam, we need to learn. Yes, Python is important. So another one is by Prasad. Could you please tell us what type of questions will be asked in the main exam? Mostly maths, theory. Already I have explained. So mainly some theory type of questions and some mathematical questions and also some codings. So another question is by Hubana. How will be the question in the final exam? So already I have discussed about this. So another question is by Hakuddin Ali Ahmed. Sir, neural network is the part of, yes, neural network is a part of ML, and it is called the soft computing based machine learning. So I will be discussing the neural network also, because the neural network is called the soft computing based machine learning techniques. So I will be discussing the artificial neural networks. This course is helpful for image enhancement. No. This course is not helpful for the image enhancement. Image processing is a different course. For image enhancement, you have to see the image processing techniques. So simple enhancement technique and techniques like histogram equalization technique, or maybe the noise removal. So there are many techniques in image processing. So you can consider these algorithms for image enhancement. So in the machine learning, I am not discussing about this. So I have a course on computer vision, NPTEL course. So in that course, you can see that image enhancement techniques. So this course will be, computer vision course will be running in the next semester. But in the YouTube, you will get my computer vision videos, 44 videos. Then you can see the videos and you can see the concept of the image enhancement. So just you can go to the YouTube and you can see my course on computer vision and image processing. That course, NPTEL course, you can see the concept of the image enhancement. And another question is by Beard, TPT. Sir, in face recognition project, let's assume a person covers our face with marks or this handkerchief. Can you uncover a pattern? Yes. Even in this case also, even the presence of the occlusion also, it is possible to recognize the face. But we need to consider many training samples. But complete covering of the face by some objects or by hand or any other handkerchiefs. So what will happen? It is not possible to consider. But partial occlusion we can consider. So we can recognize face. Another one is by Pomar. Sir, will we get the assignment questions in main exam? No, you will not get the assignment questions in the main exam. Main exam questions will be slightly easy as compared to the assignment questions. After this, another question is by Mohesh. Sir, what is the discriminant function? So discriminant function I have discussed in the class, that is the GX. GX is the discriminant function. And what is the expression for the discriminant function? W is dot product W dot X plus bias W naught. So that expression I have discussed in the class. So WX plus W naught. So that is the expression for the discriminant function, GX. And based on the discriminant function, we can take a classification decision. So for C number of classes, I have C number of discriminant functions. And we have to pick the largest one. Which one is the largest discriminant function out of C number of discriminant function? And based on this, we can select a particular class. So suppose for the class number 2, discriminant function is the maximum out of C number of discriminant functions. Then the corresponding class will be the class 2. So based on the discriminant function, we can decide a particular class. So the expression for the discriminant function is W dot X plus W naught. So that is the expression for the discriminant function. So another one is, sir, suggest books having more solved problem for this course. So actually it is very difficult to get the books. So now I think you can see internet also. If you just type some your topic in the internet, you will get some problems. In the books, actually, it is not available. Duda and Hart book has problems, but the solutions are not available. The book by Duda and Hart you can see, but the solutions of this it is not available. So some of the problems are also very difficult in Duda and Hart book, but mainly you can see that book, Duda and Hart book you can see. Another one is the this Palmer. So if we follow your material, is it enough for the main exam? Yes, mostly I think it is enough. But also I recommend you to see the books, 2 books mainly by Duda and Hart, the pattern classification by Duda and Hart, and also another book by Bishop. So these 2 books at least you can see. These books are available online. So you can download the book from the internet. And at least you have to see the books. And mainly the theory things, I think you can see mainly from my videos. So I think if you understand the videos, if you can understand the concept of the video, then I think the main exam may not be difficult. Because in the main exam, mostly theory type of questions and some mathematics questions and some coding questions in Python coding. So another question is by Swati. Hello, sir. How to identify section assignment question that requires less numerical calculation and can easily solve theory? So I think in the exam, mainly you will get the very simple questions, simple mathematical questions, not difficult. So my recommendation is you have to see the videos, make a note from the videos, mathematics, and then I think any problems you can solve in the exam. The first part is a little bit difficult, like the Bayesian decision theory is slightly difficult. But if you see the last part of the course, starting from the week number 5 or week number 6, that part is easier as compared to the first part. So week number 1, week number 2, week number 3, week number 4, these are Bayesian decision theory. So these are slightly difficult as compared to the other weeks, like the deep architectures are also available. The ensemble classification is available. Decision trees are available. So these are slightly easy as compared to the Bayesian decision making. So you can see these problems, or you can see these topics. So I recommend you just you see the video and make a note from the videos. So again, if we follow your material, already I have discussed. So for the main exam, mainly you have to see the videos and only these 2 books. So maybe in the second live session, we can discuss some projects on machine learning. So maybe half an hour I can, or maybe 15 minutes, I will show one project, how to implement. But anyhow, in week number 12, we are discussing the programmings. So if you see the week number videos, week number 12 videos, you can see the how we can do the programmings. So if you have any questions, then you can type in the chat box. Yes, I think negative marks will be there in the exam. Negative marks will be there. But mainly, just I'm telling you repeatedly. So in the final exam, mostly the theory type of questions, and only you will get 20% the mathematics type question, 20%. Rest are theory based and also some programmings, Python programmings. Only few questions. Yes, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed. So you mentioned that, sir, do we need to watch? Yes, yes, better to see all the videos. So what is the problem of seeing the videos? It is not difficult, just you see the videos. This procedure for the negative marks, I don't know exactly. I think something like maybe 1 or -1, that is, maybe I don't know exactly. So it is the NPTEL standard. So we don't know about the procedure for this negative marks. Maybe 1 marks is deducted for a wrong answer. So that may be the case. So you have to discuss with the NPTEL. I don't know about this because they consider all the examinations. NPTEL IIT Madras. So how do you understand, what is your feedback about this course, the videos up to week number 4? Because we have completed week number 4, and I think you are understanding some of the things, but some of the things like Persian window, these are slightly difficult. But what about your assessment about these videos up to week number 4? So marks will be 50 marks. 50 marks. Marks will be 50 marks. So no, not 50 marks, 100 marks, 50 questions. 50 questions, 100 marks. Yes, yes. The Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, the books I discussed, one is the Duda and Hart, and one is the Bishop. These books are sufficient for the machine learning, not for the deep learning. For machine learning, these books are sufficient. For the deep learning, again, these books already I have mentioned in the first lecture, but nowadays actually for the deep learning, open source materials are available. If you search in the internet, suppose the concept of the CNN, you can get everything in the online. So suppose if you want to understand what is RNN. So these type of materials are available online also in deep learning. But for the machine learning, these concepts are mainly from these two books because these are mathematical concepts. So at least you try to understand my videos along with the books. So all the topics are not important because some of the topics are not people are using now. So in this course, mainly I am considering the important topics of the machine learning, which are actually used by the researchers or the people nowadays. Many things are not relevant also. So that is why I am summarizing this, and only the main concepts, which are very, very important for practical problem solving applications that I am discussing. So that is why. So TG, sir, can you tell me about the support vector machine? Support vector machine already I discussed in the week number 4. So it is a discriminative classifier, and concept is how to determine the best decision boundary between the classes. So suppose if I consider two classes and I want to find the decision boundary between the classes. So how to find the best decision boundary between the classes? Because I can have many decision boundaries. So suppose if I consider two-dimensional Fisher space, so maybe many lines I can consider. But out of this decision boundary, which one is the best, that I am determining in the support vector machine. So that concept already I discussed in the video. So how to find the best decision boundary between the classes, that is actually the concept of the support vector machine. So one is by Horse. This course is amazing and we are happy to see the videos lecture with full interest. Yes, thank you. So it is okay that you are liking these videos, and my recommendation is at least you cover all the videos, then your basics will be very strong. Then you can jump to any practical applications, or you can go to any field. If you want to do PhD or you want to do some research, then your understanding will be helping you. And also if you do something in your companies, then also it will be helpful. The previous year question papers are not with me. This is conducted by NPTEL, IIT Madras. So Mohesh, you mentioned that the teaching is good. This long video time, actually, that is the problem. Because as per the NPTEL standard, I have to cover the concept within 40 minutes. So that is why what happened, I was not able to discuss many things in the class because their time is only 40-45 minutes. But in some of the videos, I am covering more than 1 hour. So that is not good for the NPTEL as per the standard. But I don't have any other way, because if I discuss the regression, in a regression class, I have taken 1 hour, 15 minutes. So how I can stop in between? It is not possible to stop in between. So that is why I am taking some long videos. So that is the problem. But the continuation I am doing. So my recommendation to all the students, please see the videos at least 2-3 times you can, and make a note. And after seeing this video 2-3 times, what will happen? Your basics will be very strong. And sometimes you may not understand, then you see the mathematics book. Or maybe you can discuss with some mathematics professor, then he can explain. After this, your basic will be so strong, then any applications, or already I mentioned, if you are working in some companies, That will be helping you too much. So it will be helping you tremendously. And if you are planning to do some research, or you are doing some research in machine learning, computer vision, NLP, this course will be helping you too much. But understanding, just try to understand. One is the Manoj Kumar. So how can we make ML project with RL? What do you mean by RL? So that getting live data, system train, and so on. What is RL? So no, NPTEL, you have to contact the IIT Madras, not IIT Guwahati. This NPTEL questions or the exam is this NPTEL questions actually the exam is conducted by IIT Madras. So it is not conducted by me. So NPTEL, the exams are conducted by the IIT Madras. So one question is that recurrent reinforcement learning. How can we make ML projects with RL? Yes, it is possible to combine both. So reinforcement learning, the people are now combining the machine learning with the reinforcement learning. And reinforcement learning actually sometimes like the feedback. So it gives the feedback, and based on the feedback, you can improve the performance of the ML algorithms. Like now you can see the DeepSeek algorithm that was developed by the Chinese people. So they are using the reinforcement learning in the final step. So that is actually LLM, the large language model. And in the DeepSeek, they are considering the reinforcement learning. So that is actually the final, the feedback coming from the reinforcement learning, they are considering for the improvement of the program, improvement of the algorithm. So reinforcement learning can be combined with the machine learning algorithms. And you can see the better performance if I consider the combination of these two, ML and the reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning concept already I have discussed, because we are considering the good actions, and corresponding to good actions, we are getting the reward. And if the action is not good, then we'll be getting the penalty. So that may be considered for the feedback. So feedback to the ML algorithms, and also for the training and the classifications. So now people are using the deep architectures with the reinforcement learning. So that is called a deep reinforcement learning. So this combination is possible. ML can be combined with the reinforcement learning. Deep learning can be combined with the reinforcement learning. Like this we can consider. So I missed the link of the link to the other reference books. So it is available. You can search in the internet. One is the book by Duda and Hart, and one is the machine learning book by Bishop. So these books are available. So these books are available in the internet. Otherwise, I think it is available. Both the books are available. And the deep learning book by Goodfellow, that book is also available in the internet. You have to search the book, the deep learning by Goodfellow. So that book is also available online. So you can download these books. So the Fakhruddin, he mentioned about this. So how will I understand the Python implementation of the algorithm? So that concept will be discussed in the week number 12. So you can see the videos in week number 12, the Python algorithms, and that we will be discussing. And also in the online also it is available. Online Python coding is also available. So another question, sir, can we follow by Amit Duha for machine learning and deep learning? Yes, that book is also you can follow, but I think this book, the Duda and Hart book, is the one of the best book in machine learning, because they consider the mathematics. So better to consider that book. That is the Duda and Hart book and also the Bishop book. These are very standard books. So that book you can consider. This mathematics one is by K. Babu. So how can you learn the prerequisites of the mathematics? Mathematics only few mathematical concepts. The probability. What is the probability? What is the definition of the probability distribution function? What is the definition of the probability density function? How to find the expectation? What is the meaning of the covariance matrix? Only this portion. What is the normal density? And in case of the linear algebra, again you can see the matrix. Swati, thank you. Okay. So Mahesh, thank you. So because you mentioned about I discussed about the conclusion also, I discussed the topic. And in the beginning also, I discussed the previous class concept. So it is okay. Thank you. So I think now we have to conclude this live session. So there will be another 3 live sessions of this course. So there is a time limitation, limitations for this, and because there are many courses are running parallelly, so getting time slot is very difficult. So I think we have to conclude this live session. So these real world problems, these applications we'll be discussing in week number 11 and week number 12. So BLR TPT, so you mentioned about this. So but try to understand this mathematics first, the basic mathematics, and after this you can see many projects in the open source. So it is possible to develop some new projects based on the machine learning algorithms, based on the artificial neural networks, and based on the deep architectures. So thank you all for this live session, attending the live session. Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, so thank you for attending the live session. So thank you all the students for attending this live session. So what we can consider in the next live session, we'll be discussing some projects. And I am requesting you again and again, at least you see 2-3 times of the video and make a note of the videos. If you make a note of the videos and if you see the book, these books, then your basics will be very, very strong. Nobody can defeat you. So you'll be expert in that field. So just devote some time, at least 2 months or 3 months for this course. Then your basics will be very strong. Then you will be expert in machine learning and deep learning. So thank you. So we have to conclude now because the time is now 5:17. So there will be another live session maybe after this. So we have to conclude this one. Thank you. I'm leaving. Okay, no, I'm leaving now. NPT. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mohesh, thank you.
Thank you, sir. నేను మాత్రం గుర్తుండే ఆయనకి.